There comes a moment in life when you get tired of repeating the same cycle. The same excuses. The same delays. The same habits. The same disappointments. You look at your life and realize something painful: nobody is coming to save you. Not your friends. Not luck. Not motivation. If your life is going to change, you must become the reason it changes. That realization is powerful. Because the moment you stop waiting for rescue, you begin taking responsibility. And responsibility is where transformation begins. A disciplined person understands something that weak minds avoid: your current life is the result of your repeated behaviors. If you want different results, you must create different habits. Nothing changes until you change. Many people want confidence but continue living carelessly. They want success but waste time daily. They want peace but constantly entertain negativity. You cannot create a powerful life while feeding destructive habits. Your habits are either building you or destroying you quietly. Every day matters more than people realize. The way you wake up matters. The way you think matters. The way you spend your time matters. The way you react to stress matters. Life is not shaped only by big moments. It is shaped by repeated small decisions. That is why successful people protect their routines carefully. They understand that discipline creates freedom. At first that sounds strange. Most people think discipline is punishment. But discipline is actually protection. It protects your future from your temporary emotions. Without discipline, distractions control your life. Without discipline, laziness grows stronger. Without discipline, goals remain dreams. Discipline helps you continue when feelings change. And feelings always change. Some mornings you will feel inspired. Other mornings you will feel exhausted. The disciplined person keeps moving anyway. That is why they eventually win. Not because they are superhuman. Not because life is easier for them. They simply refuse to stop. One of the most dangerous habits you must improve daily is procrastination. Procrastination destroys more dreams than failure ever will. People delay their goals waiting for the perfect moment. But perfection is an illusion. There will never be a perfect time to start. Never a perfect mood. Never perfect conditions. If you wait for everything to feel comfortable, you may wait forever. Growth often begins in uncomfortable moments. The gym feels uncomfortable at first. Discipline feels uncomfortable at first. Waking early feels uncomfortable at first. Facing fears feels uncomfortable at first. But comfort zones create average lives. Nothing extraordinary grows there. Every time you delay important actions, you weaken trust in yourself. And self-trust is everything. You must become someone who follows through. When you say you will do something, do it. Even small promises matter. If you tell yourself you will wake up early, do it. If you promise yourself you will exercise, do it. If you plan to study, do it. Because every promise kept builds confidence. And every promise broken weakens it. Another thing people must improve daily is their ability to handle failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every successful person failed many times before succeeding. But weak minds treat failure like proof they should quit. Strong minds treat failure like feedback. Imagine how many dreams die because people become embarrassed too quickly. They fail once and disappear. They get rejected once and give up. They struggle briefly and assume they are not capable. That mindset destroys potential. Failure is not your enemy. Quitting is. Every mistake carries a lesson. Learn. Adjust. Continue. That is how winners are built. The people you admire today probably experienced pain nobody saw. Lonely nights. Doubt. Fear. Stress. Disappointment. But they continued anyway. You must learn to continue despite discomfort. Because life rewards resilience. Another daily improvement that changes lives is gratitude. Many people are miserable because they constantly focus on what is missing. They ignore what they already have. Gratitude changes your energy. It reminds you that even during difficult seasons, there is still something valuable in your life. Your health. Your mind. Your opportunity to improve. Your ability to begin again. Some people lost everything and still rebuilt their lives from nothing. That means as long as you are breathing, possibility still exists. Never become blind to the blessings you already carry. Gratitude creates peace. Peace creates clarity. Clarity creates better decisions. And better decisions create a better life. You must also improve your patience daily. Modern society makes people impatient. Everyone wants fast success. Fast money. Fast results. But meaningful growth takes time. A tree does not grow overnight. Muscles do not grow overnight. Wisdom does not grow overnight. Real transformation requires repetition and patience. Many people quit during the invisible stage. The stage where effort feels unnoticed. But that stage matters most. Because roots are growing beneath the surface. Do not quit just because results are delayed. Sometimes life is preparing you slowly so you can handle the future you asked for. Patience is not weakness. Patience is strength under control. Keep working. Keep learning. Keep improving. Your moment will come if you remain consistent. Another powerful thing to improve daily is your ability to say no. Not everything deserves access to your time. Not every invitation deserves acceptance. Not every argument deserves attention. Not every relationship deserves your energy. Weak boundaries create exhausted lives. People who constantly say yes to everything often lose themselves. Protect your peace. Learn to say no without guilt. No to distractions. No to toxic environments. No to habits destroying your future. No to people draining your energy. Every time you say no to something harmful, you say yes to your future. That is power. You must also improve your self-awareness. Many people go through life without understanding themselves. They react emotionally without reflection. Repeat toxic habits without awareness. Blame others for problems they created. Self-awareness changes everything. Pay attention to your behavior. Your triggers. Your habits. Your weaknesses. Growth begins with honesty. You cannot improve what you refuse to acknowledge. Stop pretending everything is fine when it is not. Face yourself honestly. That takes courage. Ask yourself difficult questions. What habits are holding me back? What excuses do I repeat? What fears control my decisions? What distractions steal my time? The people who ask hard questions often create powerful transformations. Another thing you must improve daily is your standards. Low standards create painful lives. If you tolerate disrespect constantly, you suffer. If you tolerate laziness constantly, you remain stuck. If you tolerate negativity constantly, your mindset weakens. Raise your standards. Demand more from yourself. Not perfection. Growth. Stop normalizing behaviors that destroy your future. Your standards determine your direction. People who respect themselves differently live differently. They think carefully. Choose carefully. Act carefully. Because they understand one truth, every choice carries consequences. And sometimes the small decisions create the biggest outcomes later. One disciplined year can completely transform your finances. Your health. Your confidence. Your mindset. Your future. Never underestimate the power of consistency. Another important daily improvement is learning to spend time alone. Many people fear solitude because they are uncomfortable with themselves. So they constantly seek distraction, noise, validation, attention. But solitude can become power. When you spend time alone wisely, you begin understanding yourself deeply. You reflect. You think clearly. You reconnect with your goals. Silence reveals truth. Some of your greatest ideas will come during quiet moments. Do not always run from silence. Sometimes silence heals. Sometimes silence teaches. Sometimes silence strengthens. The strongest people are often people who learned how to stand alone without losing themselves. And listen carefully to this. You do not need everyone to believe in you. That is one of the hardest lessons in life. Some people will misunderstand your growth. Others will mock your ambition. Some may even become uncomfortable when you improve. Do not shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Your purpose matters more than temporary opinions. People often criticize what they secretly wish they had the courage to pursue. Stay focused. The journey of self-improvement is lonely sometimes. Not everyone will understand your discipline. When you stop wasting time, some people call you boring. When you become focused, some people say you changed. When you protect your peace, some people become offended. Let them misunderstand. Growth requires separation from unhealthy patterns. And remember, not every friend is meant to stay forever. Some people only belong in certain chapters of your life. Do not destroy your future trying to keep temporary people comfortable. Another thing you must improve daily is your courage. Fear stops more people than lack of talent ever will. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of rejection. Fear of being different. But courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving despite fear. Every successful person felt afraid at some point. They simply acted anyway. Confidence grows after action, not before it. Do not wait to feel fearless. You may wait forever. Take the step while nervous. Speak while shaking. Start while uncertain. Action destroys fear slowly. And the more courage you build daily, the more freedom you create in your life. Because fear shrinks lives. Courage expands them. Another daily improvement that many people ignore is protecting your energy. Energy matters. Pay attention to what drains you. Negative conversations. Constant drama. Toxic relationships. Endless comparison online. All these things slowly exhaust your spirit. You cannot build a peaceful life while constantly consuming chaos. Protect your mind carefully. Not everything deserves a reaction. Some battles are distractions in disguise. Sometimes the strongest response is silence. Sometimes peace is more valuable than proving a point. Choose peace wisely. And understand this deeply, healing is also part of self-improvement. You cannot build a powerful future while ignoring emotional wounds forever. Some people use distractions to avoid healing. They stay busy constantly because silence forces them to face pain. But healing requires honesty. Allow yourself to grow through pain instead of becoming bitter because of it. Your past may have hurt you. But it does not have to control your future. You are allowed to rebuild. Allowed to grow. Allowed to begin again. Never let one difficult chapter convince you the story is over. As long as you are alive, another chapter can begin. And sometimes your greatest comeback begins after your hardest season. So keep improving daily. Even when nobody notices. Even when progress feels slow. Even when doubt appears. Keep going. Because one day your habits will speak louder than your excuses ever did. One day your discipline will create opportunities you once prayed for. One day your confidence will replace the insecurity that once controlled you. And one day you will look at your old self with gratitude because you refused to give up. That is the power of daily improvement. It changes ordinary people into extraordinary examples of growth. So do not waste another day living below your potential. Start where you are. Use what you have. Improve what you can. One step. One habit. One decision at a time. That is how transformation happens. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Not when life becomes easier. Right now. That decision alone can change everything. Because most people already know what they should do. They know they should wake up earlier. They know they should stop wasting time. They know they should exercise. They know they should control emotions. They know they should stay focused. The problem is not lack of information. The problem is lack of action. Knowledge without action changes nothing. A book cannot change your life unless you apply what you learn. Motivation cannot change your life unless you move. Dreams cannot change your life unless you work. Your actions reveal who you truly are. Not your words. Not your intentions. Your actions. Anyone can talk about goals. Anyone can make promises. Anyone can say they want success. But very few people stay disciplined long enough to earn it. That is why discipline is rare. And rare qualities create rare results. You must understand something important. Your future self is depending on the decisions you make today. Every healthy choice matters. Every focused hour matters. Every disciplined action matters. Even when results are invisible, progress is still happening. Think about water slowly shaping stone. One drop may seem weak. But repeated daily, it becomes powerful enough to transform solid rock. Consistency carries that same power. Small actions repeated long enough create massive change. That is why you should never underestimate daily improvement. The person you become 1 year from now depends heavily on what you repeatedly do starting today. Another thing many people must improve daily is their inner dialogue. The conversation inside your mind matters deeply. Some people speak to themselves worse than enemies would. I am not good enough. I always fail. My life will never change. And after repeating those thoughts long enough, they begin believing them. Your mind absorbs repeated thoughts like soil absorbs water. Be careful what you plant there. You become what you repeatedly tell yourself. Start speaking strength into your life. Not fake arrogance. Not pretending everything is perfect. But encouraging yourself with truth. You are capable of growth. You are capable of discipline. You are capable of rebuilding your life. Your past mistakes do not define your future potential. Never let temporary failure become permanent identity. You failed before. Learn and continue. You made mistakes. Grow and continue. You felt weak. Stand up and continue. Life gives new opportunities to people who refuse to quit. Another thing you must improve every day is your ability to stay present. Many people are mentally trapped somewhere else. Regretting the past. Fearful about the future. Overthinking constantly. And because of that, they miss the present moment completely. But your life is happening now. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Now. Learn to appreciate simple moments. A peaceful morning. A meaningful conversation. A quiet walk. A moment of gratitude. Peace often exists in small unnoticed moments. Stop rushing through life so quickly that you forget to actually live it. Success means nothing if you lose your peace while chasing it. Balance matters. Yes, work hard. Yes, stay disciplined. Yes, improve daily. But also learn to breathe. Learn to appreciate progress. Learn to protect your mental peace. Burning yourself out completely is not strength. True strength includes wisdom. And wisdom understands timing, patience, and balance. Another powerful improvement is learning how to handle criticism. People will always have opinions. No matter what you do, someone will criticize you. If you succeed, some will envy you. If you fail, some will mock you. If you change, some will misunderstand you. Do not build your life around other people's opinions. Most critics are people who never had the courage to pursue their own dreams. Listen carefully to constructive advice. But never allow negative voices to control your direction. If you spend your life trying to please everyone, you may lose yourself completely. Stay true to your purpose. Growth requires courage. And courage often means continuing despite criticism. Another thing you should improve daily is your ability to adapt. Life changes constantly. Unexpected situations happen. Plans fail. People change. Opportunities disappear. Rigid people break under pressure. Adaptable people survive and grow. Do not become emotionally destroyed every time life changes direction. Sometimes closed doors protect you. Sometimes setbacks redirect you. Sometimes painful experiences teach necessary lessons. Growth often comes disguised as difficulty. That is why mentally strong people stay flexible. They learn. Adjust. Continue moving forward. No season lasts forever. Difficult times pass. Pain passes. Confusion passes. But the lessons you gain can strengthen you permanently. Another important thing to improve every day is your decision-making. Your life is shaped by decisions. Who you spend time with. What habits you repeat. What opportunities you pursue. What distractions you entertain. Every decision moves your life somewhere. And small careless decisions repeated daily create painful outcomes later. That is why wise people think long-term. They ask themselves, will this help my future or hurt it? Will this habit build me or destroy me? Will this decision bring peace or regret? Many people destroy tomorrow because they only think about temporary pleasure today. Discipline protects your future from temporary weakness. Always remember that. Another powerful daily improvement is becoming more intentional. Do not drift through life unconsciously. Wake up with purpose. Move with awareness. Protect your time carefully. Too many people live reactively. They wake up and immediately allow distractions to control their attention. Social media controls their mood. Other people control their emotions. Random situations control their focus. Take back control of your life. Be intentional with your energy. Intentional with your habits. Intentional with your relationships. A focused life creates powerful results. Another thing you must improve every day is your resilience. Life is not always fair. Sometimes you will work hard and still experience disappointment. Sometimes people you trusted will betray you. Sometimes opportunities will disappear unexpectedly. Sometimes you will feel emotionally exhausted. But resilience means refusing to stay down permanently. Strong people fall too. They simply rise again. Your ability to recover matters more than your ability to avoid problems completely. Resilience is built during difficult moments. Every challenge can either strengthen you or weaken you depending on how you respond. Never allow pain to make you bitter. Allow it to make you wiser. Another thing people desperately need to improve daily is their attention span. Modern distractions are stealing people's ability to think deeply. Constant notifications. Short entertainment. Endless scrolling. People consume information all day but rarely reflect deeply anymore. Train yourself to focus again. Read longer. Think longer. Study longer. Work without constant interruption. Deep focus creates deep growth. And in a distracted world, focus becomes extremely valuable. You must also improve your ability to forgive yourself. Many people carry guilt from old mistakes for years. They keep punishing themselves mentally. Keep replaying old failures. Keep reopening old wounds. Learn from your past, but do not live trapped inside it forever. You cannot move forward while constantly dragging yesterday behind you. Forgiveness does not mean pretending mistakes never happened. It means choosing growth instead of endless self-destruction. You are allowed to evolve beyond your past. And sometimes the strongest thing a person can do is begin again without shame. Another thing you must improve daily is your humility. Stay humble no matter how much you grow. Pride destroys wisdom. The moment people believe they know everything, growth stops. Humble people continue learning. Continue listening. Continue improving. True confidence does not need constant attention. Real strength is calm. The strongest people often move quietly. They focus on progress instead of seeking validation from everyone. Never become addicted to applause. Because people who depend on external validation lose themselves easily. Build self-respect from within. That creates unshakable confidence. Another thing that changes lives is learning to delay gratification. Most people sacrifice long-term success for short-term comfort. They choose distraction instead of discipline. Entertainment instead of improvement. Comfort instead of growth. But successful people think differently. They are willing to sacrifice temporary pleasure for future rewards. They understand that pain today can create freedom tomorrow. The workout feels difficult now. The studying feels difficult now. The discipline feels difficult now. But regret later feels far worse. Temporary discomfort often creates permanent improvement. And temporary comfort often creates permanent regret. Choose wisely. Another important improvement is becoming more grateful for time. One day you will realize how fast life moves. The people you love will grow older. Years will pass quietly. Moments will disappear forever. That is why time matters deeply. Do not spend your life constantly distracted from what truly matters. Spend time with people you love. Work toward meaningful goals. Protect your peace. Create memories. Improve yourself. Because life is not only about existing. It is about living intentionally. And understand this clearly, you do not need to become famous to live a meaningful life. You do not need millions of people validating you. A meaningful life is built through purpose, peace, growth, discipline, love, and contribution. Sometimes the richest life is not the loudest one. Sometimes true success looks like peace of mind. Good health. Strong character. A disciplined lifestyle. A calm spirit. Never let society define success for you completely. Define it for yourself wisely. As you continue improving daily, you will notice something powerful. Your standards will rise naturally. Things that once distracted you will no longer impress you. Toxic environments will begin to exhaust you. Meaningless conversations will feel empty. Growth changes your perspective. And sometimes growth requires separation. Not everyone can go where you are going. Some people are committed to comfort forever. Do not allow their fear to infect your ambition. Protect your vision. Your future deserves discipline. And remember this, every day is another opportunity to become stronger mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Do not waste that gift. You may not control everything that happens in life. But you can control your attitude. Your effort. Your discipline. Your focus. That is enough to change your future. If you are still watching this video, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment, I choose daily improvement. And from this day forward, promise yourself something powerful. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more wasting your potential. Improve daily. Grow daily. Fight daily for the life you truly deserve. Because your future is being built one day at a time. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing they still have unlimited time. They keep delaying their dreams. delaying their healing, delaying their discipline, delaying their purpose. I'll start tomorrow. I'll change next month. I'll focus later. But later is not guaranteed. Life moves faster than people realize. One day you wake up and years have passed. The habits stayed the same. The excuses stayed the same. The fears stayed the same. And the painful truth is this: a wasted day may not feel dangerous immediately, but repeated over years, it becomes a wasted life. That is why you must become intentional now. Not someday. Now. Every single day is shaping the person you are becoming. Every day you either build momentum or destroy it. And momentum is powerful. Once you start improving consistently, something incredible begins to happen. Your mind becomes sharper. Your confidence grows. Your energy changes. Your standards rise. You begin seeing life differently. The same person who once doubted themselves starts walking with certainty. The same person who once procrastinated begins taking action. The same person who once felt weak becomes disciplined. That transformation is possible for anyone willing to commit daily. But commitment means continuing even when excitement disappears. Because excitement fades. There will be mornings when discipline feels heavy. Moments when progress feels invisible. Days when doubt whispers loudly inside your head. That is where most people stop. But winners continue. Not because they always feel powerful. Because they understand something important: temporary feelings should never control permanent goals. Do not let one emotional moment destroy what you are trying to build. Your future deserves patience. Another thing you must improve daily is your ability to protect your vision. The world is full of distractions. People will try to pull your attention everywhere. Entertainment will consume your focus. Negativity will attempt to enter your mind constantly. If you are not careful, you can spend years reacting instead of building. That is why focused people guard their energy carefully. They do not give everyone access to their mind. They do not argue with every opinion. They do not waste hours proving themselves to people who misunderstand them. A focused mind becomes powerful because it stops leaking energy everywhere. You must learn this skill. Not every battle deserves your attention. Not every person deserves explanations. Not every situation deserves emotional investment. Protect your peace fiercely. Peace is not weakness. Peace is power under control. And people who learn to protect inner peace often make better decisions in life. Because calm minds think clearly. Another thing that changes lives is learning how to be consistent during boring seasons. Everybody loves exciting beginnings. The motivation. The vision. The inspiration. But real growth happens in repetition. Doing the work when nobody is watching. Improving quietly. Practicing daily. Staying disciplined through ordinary days. That is where greatness is built. Most people quit because improvement feels repetitive. But repetition creates mastery. Athletes repeat drills. Musicians repeat practice. Successful people repeat disciplined routines. Repetition may feel boring, but it creates extraordinary results over time. Never underestimate boring consistency. It often beats intense but inconsistent effort. Another thing you must improve every day is your relationship with discomfort. Most people run from discomfort immediately. The moment things become difficult, they stop. But discomfort is often a sign of growth. Your muscles grow through resistance. Your mindset grows through challenges. Your confidence grows through facing fear. Comfort rarely changes people deeply. Challenges do. Do not fear hard moments. Some of your strongest qualities will be built there. Patience. Discipline. Resilience. Wisdom. Pain can either become your prison or your teacher. The choice depends on your mindset. Another daily improvement is learning how to stay calm during chaos. Anyone can stay positive when life feels easy. But emotional maturity appears during stressful moments. When plans fail. When pressure increases. When people disappoint you. Can you stay calm? Can you think clearly? Can you respond wisely instead of reacting emotionally? That skill changes everything. A calm person sees solutions while emotional people create more problems. Never allow temporary anger to destroy long-term peace. And remember, silence is often stronger than unnecessary reactions. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every misunderstanding deserves explanation. Sometimes maturity is simply walking away peacefully. Another thing you must improve every day is your courage to be different. Most people follow crowds blindly. They copy trends. Copy opinions. Copy lifestyles. But growth often requires going against the crowd. If everyone is distracted, choose focus. If everyone is lazy, choose discipline. If everyone complains, choose responsibility. Do not fear standing alone. Some paths become lonely because they lead somewhere meaningful. You are not created to waste your life copying everyone else. You have your own purpose. Your own journey. Your own potential. Protect that. Another thing you must improve daily is your self-control. Self-control separates strong people from impulsive people. Can you control your spending? Can you control your emotions? Can you control distractions? Can you control unhealthy habits? A person without self-control becomes controlled by impulses. And impulses destroy futures quickly. Discipline is not only about working hard. It is also about resisting what weakens you. Every time you resist distractions, your mind becomes stronger. Every time you choose discipline over temptation, your future improves. Small moments of self-control create massive long-term results. Another thing people must improve daily is their ability to listen. Most people listen only to respond. Very few listen to truly understand. Listening creates wisdom. You learn more when you observe carefully instead of speaking constantly. Strong people are not always the loudest people. Often they are calm observers. They notice patterns. Learn from others. Think before reacting. There is power in quiet awareness. And sometimes one meaningful conversation can teach more than years of noise. Another important thing you must improve every day is your ability to let go. Some people stay emotionally trapped in old pain forever. Old betrayals. Old failures. Old regrets. And because they refuse to let go, they stop themselves from moving forward. You cannot build a peaceful future while carrying unnecessary emotional weight endlessly. Learn the lesson. Keep the wisdom. Release the poison. Not everything deserves permanent space in your heart. Some experiences are meant to teach you, not imprison you. Healing requires release. Another thing that transforms lives is improving your work ethic. Dreams without effort remain fantasies. You must become someone willing to work consistently for what you want. Not only when inspired. Not only when convenient. Consistently. Your future is created through repeated effort. And understand this clearly, hard work alone is not enough. You also need direction. A person running fast in the wrong direction still gets lost. That is why self-awareness matters. Know what truly matters to you. Know your priorities. Know your values. Build your life intentionally instead of blindly chasing what impresses other people. Because many people achieve things they thought they wanted only to realize they still feel empty. Success without peace feels incomplete. That is why balance matters. Another thing you must improve every day is your ability to appreciate the process. Many people are obsessed with outcomes. They only feel happy after reaching goals. But life is mostly the journey. The daily routines. the learning, the struggle, the growth. If you cannot appreciate the process, you may spend your whole life chasing happiness without ever experiencing it. Find meaning in becoming stronger. Find peace in discipline. Find satisfaction in growth itself. Because the process is shaping who you become. And who you become matters more than temporary achievements. Another thing you should improve daily is your honesty with yourself. Stop lying to yourself. If you are wasting time, admit it. If fear controls you, admit it. If bad habits are destroying your progress, admit it. Self-deception delays growth. Honesty creates transformation. You cannot solve problems you refuse to acknowledge. Strong people face truth directly. Even uncomfortable truth. Because they understand that temporary discomfort creates long-term freedom. Another thing you must improve every day is your standards for your future. Do not settle for less because you are afraid of difficulty. You deserve growth. You deserve peace. You deserve purpose. But you must work for them. Nothing valuable comes from endless excuses. The life you want requires discipline, patience, and courage. And no one can build that life for you. Only you can. So stop waiting for perfect conditions. Start now with what you already have. Improve your mindset. Improve your habits. Improve your focus. Improve your discipline. One decision at a time. One day at a time. One improvement at a time. Because eventually those small daily improvements will create a completely different life. A life filled with strength instead of excuses. Purpose instead of confusion. Peace instead of chaos. Confidence instead of fear. And one day people will ask how you changed your life. They will think it happened suddenly. But you will know the truth. It happened slowly. Quietly. Daily. Through small decisions repeated consistently over time. That is the secret most people ignore. Massive transformation begins with small daily improvement. If you made it this far, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment, I will stay disciplined. And remember this every morning when you wake up. You are one decision away from becoming stronger than the person you were yesterday.